This is my $3 million automated Instagram funnel to sign high-ticket clients so that you can just steal it. Here is some proof that it actually works and that our clients are generating millions of dollars off of the back end of this exact system. So in order to understand how to build a $3 million Instagram funnel, we need to understand the fundamentals of selling on Instagram. There's a couple different ways that people do it, and it's either through direct call to actions, which means, hey, here, click the link in my story, click the link in my bio, or it's through the DMs. The strategy that we're going to be talking about today is through the DMs specifically, because the DMs is where you can sell high tickets. If you do low tickets, it may make sense to do the call to actions. In our case, we're going to be focusing on high ticket only. When selling high ticket products on Instagram, there's 3 distinct phases that we need to go to. The first one being attract. This is where we actually attract the right audience into our funnel so that we can end up selling them something. The next thing is to connect with these people, which is the DM aspect. So this is where we actually bring them into the Instagram DMs. And the third part after the connect phase is the convert phase. This is where we turn those DMs into booked calls, which is when we can actually close people and turn them into cash collected. Now, the attract phase specifically is made up of 2 separate portions. It can either be through organic content or through ads. These are the 2 ways that you can attract people into your Instagram funnel and start nurturing them so that they eventually connect with you and convert with you. But none of the connection or conversion is going to happen by itself. So I'm going to show you exactly the framework that we use to turn as many of the people in these 2 buckets into actual conversations as possible. Now, what's important to understand about content and ads is that if these 2 work together and you have both of them running is when you really start going exponentially. But most people will start in one of these 2 places. Either you already have a content machine, meaning your reels are popping off and you have organic traction on reels, or you have a carousel format that's working really well and generating you a lot of inbound traffic, or you don't have any of the content traction, which is when you will need to start running ads immediately. And with ads, there's really 2 different types of ads that you can start running, which is going to be either profile visit ads or engagement ads funneling people directly into your DMs. On Facebook, with engagement ads, you're able to actually have the call to action be send me a message, which basically bridges the entire gap and brings people directly into the connect phase. Now, there's a reason though why I would recommend to do profile visit ads only. And when I say profile visit ads, you will have an ad up, which is usually going to be one of your best performing reels, which you turn into an ad, where the call to action is for people to visit your profile, at least on Meta's side. So Meta only allows you to do profile visit profile as the call to action, but the call to action in your piece of content or your ad creative itself should be to follow. So our goal here is to generate followers, which we can then automatically connect with in phase 2. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in a second. So out of the 2 ads types, profile visits are the ones to go for. Engagement is something that you can experiment with, but profile visit, we've seen across tens of coaches, consultants on Instagram selling high ticket. It works consistently, and that is the place that you should start with ads. But if you're already popping off on content and you have reels or carousel posts running, the most important thing is consistency. If you can be consistent with these things and post at least once per day minimum, a lot of our best clients post 2-3 times a day on Instagram Reels, you can generate the traffic that is needed to actually bring a lot of people into your funnel. Now, when it comes to the entire strategy with content and ads, it's really hard to give you a template that is going to work for every single niche. So the thing that I always tell our clients to do is to find competitors. Your competitors in your niche who speak to your same ICP, meaning your ideal customer, and make similar content to the style of content that you want to be making are the ones that you need to base your entire content and ad strategy off of. This means you need to check their most recent posts. So let's say they posted 10 pieces of content and you want to find their outliers. So let's say you have 10 pieces of content lying in front of you and this competitor gets on average 10K views per video. Now, there may be one video which gets only 3K views, but the other videos, like this one and this one, could be getting 50,000 views, which are the videos that we're going to end up emulating. Now, you would probably want to look at about 10 competitors And from these 10 competitors, you want to find what is their baseline of views and what is the amount of views that their outliers get. And these pieces of content are the ones that become your content ideas. Now, the idea alone on Instagram really isn't enough, because what makes content pop off is, number one, the hook, which is what is said in the first 3 seconds. And here we're talking about the verbal hook, which is what is said, but also the visual hook, which is what is shown on screen. So if I'm sitting here saying a specific set of words in the first 3 seconds while throwing a banana at the wall, if you're recreating this video, you should emulate the hook exactly as is in the original. And number two is the actual topic. So the hook combined with the topic is going to make your reel perform above average. And for the topic, you already got that from the idea, but you want to make the body of your content unique. And by setting up the system in this way, you're going to be able to take the hooks, which are proven to be outliers on your competitors' videos, while keeping the topic the same, but making the body, meaning the actual content of the video, unique to you, so that you can actually share your own secret sauce and implement that inside of your video. Now, when it comes to ads, the best performing strategy is going to be you run through this entire system on the right-hand side, and once you post these videos, and let's say your baseline of views is 5,000 views, and you get a video that does 30,000 views, this 30,000 view video then gets recreated as a profile visit or follower ad. Now at this stage, you're probably thinking, okay, this is great. So I need to attract people. I can do that through content and ads. There's different types of formats. I need to be consistent, and I need to analyze what my competitors are doing, recreate that, find the outliers for myself, and turn those into ads. But how do I actually connect with the people who I'm attracting in phase one? And that's what I'm going to be covering now. So we have a couple different ways that we can do this. And there's a reason that we like doing follower ads and profile visit ads here, because we can automatically connect with these types of people. Now, how do we connect with these people? There's two separate ways. There's either automated outreach or manual outreach. And since this video is about an automated Instagram funnel, you can already guess that we prefer doing automated outreach, and the manual outreach is simply used to supplement if you have additional capacity to take on even more leads. Now, when it comes to automated outreach, this is done through ManyChat specifically. And ManyChat is currently the only tool on the market that allows you to DM new followers completely on autopilot. Now, I have a video on this channel showing you exactly how to set up this specific automation, which I'm going to link down below, where I show you exactly the best practices and how you can run a split test using a tool such as the M-Tracker. But DMing new followers is not the only way to do automated outreach. You can also do this to people commenting on your posts. So let's say you share a resource in one of your videos. You can have people comment for that specific resource, which you will send them in the DMs, which you can then use to start a conversation. And there's a couple other triggers in ManyChat as well, such as replies to a story, etc., which you can also automate to connect with these people. Now, when it comes to manual outreach, the main sources that we do this for are for story poll voters, which we've seen across the board that if you reach out to people who vote on a story poll that you put inside of your story, you can get incredibly high reply rates. We've seen up to 40% reply rates when reaching out to these kind of people. You can also do story viewers, which is also a great source, or you can do existing followers. But all of this will need to be done manually, which you can do with a low-cost VA inside of your Instagram DMs. Now, the important thing to understand in this entire Connect framework is that our goal for all of the outreach that we're doing is to start a conversation. Because let's say somebody comments on one of your posts and you send them the resource and you're like, hey, here's the resource, have a good day. It's not going to actually start a conversation, and we're not going to be able to convert these people into paying clients. And the way that we resolve all of that is that we have to ask a question regardless of when we reach out. And with this question, there's a couple different ways to go about it. You can either ask an open-ended question, or you can give them options to pick from. Now, the reason why I like these two approaches is because it gets people talking. If you ask them an open-ended question about your niche specifically, they will open up immediately from the first question, and you will have a much easier time actually talking to these people. And if you give them options such as, for example, what are your fitness goals for this year? Are you trying to lose weight or build up some muscle? You can actually make it very easy on them to respond. We want to make the effort of responding as low as possible so that people don't have a big barrier of entry to actually starting the conversation with you. Now, all of this is actually covered in the video about DMing new followers on ManyChat, and as said, that's going to be down below in the description. Now, once you've connected with these people, we need to convert them. And the convert phase is simply about booking them into calls. This is our entire goal with this full funnel. Now, how do you actually bring them into calls? You do this by a couple of different ways. Now, number one, you need to actually have the conversation with them, discover their pain points. So the way that you would do that is, number one, you would open the conversation, which is what we just did in the connect phase. Number two, you would identify their goals. Number three, you would segue and find out their pain points, like what is currently their situation, why are they trying to get to their goals, what is painful for them. You want to bridge the gap between these two. So you want to understand, okay, what is the gap between their pain points and their goals, and why is it their fault for why they're not achieving it? Now, this is very important. You need to get them to internalize that they are the problem of why they haven't reached their goals. No external excuses can be accepted. So if we ask them, why do you think you're still in the situation you're in right now? And they say, I think it's just motivation. That's an excuse. That's not a real thing. A lot of people don't have motivation, but they're still in this exact situation. So you can call them out on that, and you can be like, hey, I totally get that motivation is an issue, but I have a ton of clients who also didn't have motivation, yet they still hit their goals. So what do you think is actually different for you? And what we want them to agree to in this specific phase is that it's their fault. They have a lack of structure, a lack of discipline, a lack of accountability, whatever the things are that are holding them back, and we want to find the real reasons. And once we found the real reasons, we can tie them down and get their commitment. So this is when we want to say, okay, it sounds like the real issue for you is that you haven't had structure or accountability in place. Is that fair to say? Then they can go ahead and agree. If they've already agreed to that, you can say, okay, so let me get this straight. You are at this point, you want to get to this point. This is what's holding you back. Is that an accurate assessment? They say yes. And then we move into the commitment phase where we actually tie down their commitments. So we highlight their pains again and we say, is it fair that you're ready to draw a line in the sand to get towards your goals? When they say yes, then we end up going to point number 6, which is pitching the call. So here we want to offer the call and then send the link. So we want to say, great, I actually worked with a guy just like you. He went from X to Y. If you're ready to actually make the change right now, which we've already confirmed in the commitment phase up here, would you be down to get on a quick call, go over your exact situation, and see how we can help you fix that specific problem? Once they agree, we send the link to the call and the lead is booked, which is when we can end up collecting cash from this specific lead. Now, what's important in this entire connect phase is that people are going to drop off. So people, when you ask about their pain point, they're going to have avoidant attachment issues. They're going to go off adrift and they're going to ghost you. When you ask about the commitment, people are going to be like, oh, I don't know. I'm not really sure if I want to go, and they're going to ghost you. If people ghost you, we need a reliable system to follow up with them, which is where DM Tracker comes into play. DM Tracker is a software which allows you to track all of your DMs. It's in the naming. And they have a free 14-day trial to start. And I also have a video on this channel showing you exactly how to set that up. So I'm going to link that down below as well. DM Tracker will show you exactly when to follow up with people, because the most important part of this entire system is to make sure that we try to get as many people through this funnel as possible. And the way we can do it is by following up with them when they drop off. Now, I actually have a little nugget for you, because in this convert phase, what we do for our clients is we do everything entirely with AI. So AI has this entire conversation and does everything for you. And I have a video on this channel showing you exactly how you can set up the best AI appointment setter that is available for free today on YouTube. And it's linked down below in the description and includes all the free templates that you need to actually set this up. And by having this entire system set up, you're going to be able to turn your Instagram into an automated lead generation machine. You're going to be able to actually attract more people, connect with them efficiently, and convert them into actual sales calls where you can end up making more money from every single person. Now, before I leave you, when you sign up to DM Tracker, there's actually going to be a free strategy call with myself that you can end up scheduling in. So if you end up doing that, it's a free 14-day trial and a free call with myself. You can go ahead and do that. And if you're interested in simply skipping all of this and getting our specific guidance and our help implementing all of the automations inside of your business done for you, there's going to be a link down below in the description. Get on a call with my business partner and we're going to help you figure out if it makes sense to, number one, work together, and number two, how you can scale up your business quickly and efficiently while eliminating a lot of the pain points of this entire system that you're currently doing manually. So if that sounds interesting, the link's down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future.